How do you want to start?
Just like this. We're started.
All right, listen up, everybody.
Listen to me because you'll learn.
I'm writing this down. This is good stuff.
I'm ready to go in there and take notes for a couple hours.
Boom. That's what I like to hear. We are started. This is Take Notes
Podcast
episode 1.
2.
Really.
Like season 2, episode 1, but season 1 was 1 episode.
So my wife decided about 4 years ago, hey, let's do a podcast where we talk about being parents. And I was like, that's actually a great idea because we are the best parents.
We are.
We're the best parents in the whole wide world.
We're the best parents for our kids.
And for every other kid in the world.
No.
Probably.
No.
Except for those starving ones. Because I'm going to eat their food. Just like Abuela taught me. My grandmother told me, eat the food for the starving kids.
That's true. They did say there's starving children somewhere and you should eat.
And I have to eat the food. It's like, no, send the food to them.
Then people wonder why we have like eating issues. Yeah. It's because they forced you to eat.
My wife wanted to do a podcast 4 years ago. We did one episode right when our second child was born, and we decided let's bring it back now that our third child was just born 2 months ago.
The difference being that Maya was super calm and we could record and stuff. Madison,
Except we only did one episode. Now that we have the worst baby of all time.
well, no. Okay, you've been in the entertainment industry for a little bit. What's the opposite of a fan? Like
A hater.
a hater. Madison is the biggest hater because she does not want us to record at all.
She doesn't love us. She doesn't love us
she's a hater.
napping. She doesn't love us resting. She doesn't love us hanging. She is the most. And look, we've had 3 kids.
Have
So
we?
I thought there was like see old people, you know how like everything's like in twos, like things are black and it's white. That's Michael Jackson. I feel like you don't know Michael Jackson because you weren't born in America. And so I thought because we had 2 kids, those are the 2 ways of kids because they were so different, right?
Right.
Mackenzie would cry, but we had so much help because it was our first kid. We were super young. You were in law school. I was working 3 jobs. And so like that was, I don't really remember that. And then we had our second kid who was the opposite.
Angel.
She was chill.
Angel.
And now this one, I'm like, okay, it's going to be like one or the other. And it's like the first one, but we don't have as much help. So now it's
Yeah. And we don't have as much help and we have 2 kids at home already and a
Yeah.
dog. So it's just like all even more chaos. And I feel like we thought like, oh, it was going to be easy. I'm like scared to say it. She's not easy.
No, because that's the problem. Because like I thought Mackenzie was hard. But again, I was always tired because I had multiple jobs. You were always tired. You had law school. And we had our help. But like she was a crying baby. She was not an easy baby. But
Yeah.
we got through it, and it was like, okay, cool. It didn't scar us enough to be like, let's never have another one.
Right.
We had another one, and she was the perfect child.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I may have said this on episode 1. Born on Super Bowl Sunday,
Beautiful.
and was asleep the entire game. I got to watch the entire game on mute while my wife and baby were asleep, and I got to enjoy the game. It was the one where the Buccaneers, Tom Brady, beat the Chiefs. And Tom Brady created a monster, but that's not relevant.
Nobody's beat the Chiefs ever since.
Ever since. But she was such an angel baby. I don't know why it took us so long. We were like, let's have another one. Clearly, we've gotten better. It's not the baby that's more chill. It's us.
Yeah, I
That's
think we're
gotten better.
better able to like tune it out and stay calm and not stress about it. But even the way she came into the world, I was like, oh, she's going to be here early because she's my third and we're going to have this quick, unmedicated labor and delivery process. And then her due date came and went and she said, I'm good.
You got a comfy ute. Your uterus is the most comfy place. I've never reached it, but you've got a comfy uterus.
I don't know. That's something to brag about because I was like, get out. I was done. I was done being pregnant. Like the moment I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah, well, we found out like the day after we went to a brewery. So you were like, we were both a little nervous.
A lot nervous. And you told the OB, you were like, you remember that first appointment?
No.
And you were like, she had alcohol, she didn't know. And then Valeria, great, was like, it's fine. And you were like, no, like she had a lot to drink.
No, like we went to a brewery that only had shitty beers. So we're talking IPAs and craft stuff. And so I didn't drink because they didn't even have like I'm a bourbon or rum and coke guy.
It was delicious.
And they didn't have either. So I was sober and I was driving everyone because everyone got plastered.
Hey, man.
And I'm telling the doctor, like, she didn't drink. She got drunk.
I
And-
didn't know.
And look, and you created a monster.
Yeah.
How about when we were in South Carolina that we had our dog Belle, and we had Belle and she was walking around. Some guy was like, "Oh, can I pet her?" And I give him the lie of like, "Oh no, we're training her to be a service dog, so she can't be pet." But we really were training her, and she wasn't allowed to be pet when she was getting trained. And he's like, "Oh, service dog for what?" And I was like, I had to come up with a lie on my feet. I'm like, the conversation's supposed to fucking end there, dude.
You're not supposed to ask any more questions.
And I was like, "What's the first disability?" Oh, Maya, her left ear. Our daughter's half deaf, so we got her this dog, which makes no sense.
What if she can't? The dog walks on the left, on the side she can't hear to stop the cars
It
that
makes
she
no
can't
sense.
hear. I don't know.
But the guy was like, "Oh wow, that's interesting. You know, my sister was born completely deaf because of fetal alcohol syndrome."
And you said,
And I was like,
"Oh, that is not something to laugh about."
"It's like, where are the dog treats, dickhead? Stop talking to me. Like you were supposed to stop so long ago."
And he's like, "I didn't get her a dog."
Dude, so bad.
Oh my
But
God.
why did I bring that up?
Because I got really drunk.
Because you got drunk. And but that's the thing is like Mackenzie, she was a rough baby because she cried all the time. Maya didn't cry. Maddie, she doesn't cry all the time. Why would she screams all the time?
Like when
She
you're
doesn't have she like a light dimmer can have like from off to whimpering to scream to crying to screaming.
No.
Hers is a light switch. It's just screaming.
Yeah. Well, remember like growing up and your parents are like, "Oh, all the stuff that you did, you're going to get back with your kids like tenfold or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
I think this is our payback for you. Weren't you like the
Well, no. What
screamiest
my
baby?
mom told me was whenever me and my sister would argue, she said, I pray that when you have children, they come out just like you. That was in reference to the arguing with my sister. She didn't realize that was a whole like, hey,
Hold on.
your kid is gonna be from refluxy screamy to then now arguing that she's gonna suck when she's older.
Yeah.
I hope
Well,
not.
not only did she wish that upon you, she wished that upon you just before she moved away so she didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
She's
it's
like,
so
I hope your
funny.
kid's just like you. I'm moving away.
We got pregnant with our third, and she was like, "Oh, we're moving 117,000 miles away.
110
1,000
miles.
miles. Yeah, boom."
So that, and she's like, deuces, I'm out.
So that's what we wanted to talk about today. We have a newborn. This is our second episode, and this whole podcast is about different topics about parenting. So if you're not a parent and you don't feel like ever becoming one, that's cool. That's fine.
To each their own.
You might not like this podcast, but hey,
We're
thanks
still
for
fun.
giving it this much of a shot.
We're still fun.
But if you have kids, you're planning on having kids, and you want to listen to real parents, because that's the thing with
Yeah.
like the social media parents are the worst. Like there was like the one you sent me of like if you let your baby cry it out, they're giving up hope. You've made
Yeah.
your child give up hope. That's what you're doing to your kids. There's no scientific research. Like lick my nuts, dude. Like but
You
we
can't
have
say that.
what?
You can't say that.
To her, the grown, because I'm married and they're yours. She can lick a homeless man's nuts with no wife or kids.
no.
And because it gets so fucking annoying. Like, dude, do what works for your kids. We're real parents. We're gonna talk
Yeah.
about what we've done for our kids. And if it didn't work, we'll let you know. But hey, feel free to try it on your own. If it doesn't work for you,
Yeah.
that's called science.
And maybe they can help us learn something too.
No, we are educators. We are the best at
Well,
we are the best at this.
let's preface like we're not professionals. We're not medical professionals. We're not psychologists.
Yeah,
we're
we've
not.
never gotten paid to parent our own kids, but we have gotten paid to take care of other kids.
We have.
So we're professionals.
I don't know where those kids are today. I wouldn't.
Jail. Mine are half of them are
I
in
would
jail.
not. Put money on that.
I've wanted to look up what these kids are doing, but I don't know how old they are, so I just don't want
It's
to look
weird.
up kids.
Yeah, it's weird. No, I don't know how long. We'd have to do the math, and I can't do that right now.
No.
But we have 3 kids, 3 daughters. Mackenzie's 6. Maya's about to be 4 in a couple weeks. Maybe by the time this comes out, she's already 4. And Madison is literally 0.
Yeah.
Cute.
So let's talk about the things that for this first episode, because it's been 4 years, 3 years and change, but really 4 years since we were newborn parents.
Yeah.
I'll
Crazy.
be honest, I completely forgot how to newborn.
Well, I forgot everything. I mean, let me start with I thought it was going to be an unmedicated labor and
Yeah,
delivery.
you had so many plans. You wanted to give birth at home, unmedicated, on a medicine ball, in the bathtub. You had so many hippie fucking plans.
And I still think those were good plans. She wasn't coming out. And as soon as they said, we're going to put you on Pitocin, I was like, where's the epidural?
Give me all the medication. Throw that
Yeah.
medicine ball into the fucking blender.
I was like, we're done with this unmedicated stuff because I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
But they scheduled my induction for Sunday at 9, right? And I thought, silly me, by the time the girls woke up the next day, their baby sister would be here.
Because it was 9 at night.
Yeah.
The
no.
schedule's Sunday, 9 p.m. So we finished watching the Dolphins. We watched the afternoon game. And we couldn't even watch the primetime game because we were driving
To the hospital.
to the hospital. But I think we watched a little bit there. And why am not
When-
everything has to be referenced to football. That's what I'm
It
trying
does.
to realize.
It does. That's our like reference point. You know how they have like BC and AD, which I don't know if that's what it is anymore. Ours is like before the Dolphins game, after the Dolphins game.
For us, it's BC. I don't want him to get mad at us.
Okay. Anyway, so we got there, and right away she was like, "I'm not coming out." Remember, they had like issues with our heart rate not getting like a baseline. She's like, "I'm good," and then they finally pumped me with like 87 IV bags. Got that calmed down. They were gonna do the medication. That did nothing. We didn't get anything until they broke my water. Right? That was the thing.
I'll tell you what was great about this. No, we made no movement.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm
We
cool."
made no movement. And then when they broke your water,
She was like, "I'm here."
she was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I was getting out there. Yeah, I'll get out." And that was the only time she was agreeable.
Yeah, she was like, "Why
She
didn't
was
you
like,
guys tell
"Oh,
me?"
you want me out?" They broke your water. 30 minutes later, we had a newborn.
Yeah, and I think I was like 3 centimeters. I went from like 3 to 10 in under an hour.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, well, thank God I had an epidural and the doctor was like, "Okay, stop pushing for a minute," and I was like, "I can't help it. She's coming out. She's doing this on her own."
And she almost gave birth. You almost pushed her out before the doctor had her gloves on. That's how quick it
Yeah.
happened. It
Yeah,
was lit. And then we take her home, and she's crying all the time. And it's like, this is not Maya,
no,
and this is not Mackenzie, because we don't have
but I think,
crap ton of grandparents to come help
but
us.
I think still then I was like, she's a newborn. Newborns cry like it's a thing.
You know what I forgot about? The whole day sleep deprivation. That's
Yeah.
something I completely forgot, because it's not just at night. Yeah, at night she was eating every 3 hours, which meant it would take her 30 minutes to eat,
Yeah,
several minutes to go down, and then sleeping really only 2 hours. Which if we could go to sleep as soon as she started sleeping, we're sleeping every 2 hours.
2-hour increments.
But that
yeah.
was all day. So during the day that was fine, because like, oh wow, we've got a 2-hour break. But then at night it didn't get any better.
Yeah.
I completely because that was a whole 1 month of
every 3 hours on the dot.
like, I know we're not going to get sleep anytime soon, but
We're
man, like
getting
that's
more.
something I completely forgot about, especially with her that it was crying. With Maya that it was like not loud screaming.
It was fine.
It was doable. It was fine. It was always very zen.
She was like, "Hey guys, I'm hungry.
and
Can
we
you-
give her, oh, hey, no problem. Here's
if you're cool right now, can you feed me, please?"
and her thing was like, hey, nipper bottle. I'll take whatever. I'm chill.
Oh
She's like,
no,
"I'm chill."
Madison's bougie. She only wants the nips.
Which is so annoying. So like,
For you?
yeah,
For me?
for everyone.
Okay, for everyone.
I'd say more annoying for you. I'm not stupid. I know it's more annoying for you, but it is annoying for me too,
Yeah.
because
No.
I have to deal with you.
Well, no. Thank you,
So
honey.
mean.
It's hard because when you're breastfeeding, you're burning more calories, you're thirsty all the time. So not only are you, let me keep the newborn baby alive and the 2 other kids alive, you also have to worry about making sure your body's getting enough nutrients, protein, water, electrolytes, whatever.
You can't pour from an empty cup. Shut up.
You can.
You can.
You
A
sometimes
parent can pour from an empty cup.
sometimes you have to.
If Jesus could feed an entire group of people on 2 loaves of bread and 6 fish, that's very indicative of how parents for just their one kid can pour from an empty cup.
Well, remember, I didn't mean to turn this into a religious podcast, but
Let it rip.
When-
I'm the one that did that.
when we're at mass and stuff, and I'll be like breastfeeding the baby, and they're like standing or kneeling, and you're like, just stay sitting. And I'm like, if Jesus can die on the cross, I can kneel for the 10 minutes that we're gonna like pray or whatever.
Yeah, I get, but like also you don't have to is the thing.
I know, but if Jesus can do it,
Yeah, JC did it.
well, he didn't breastfeed a child on his knees.
Wow, I guess you can do more
But-
than him, huh?
No, but I'm saying he did more. He did more. If he can do all of that, I can stand and sit while I nurse.
What else are you being reminded of
Okay,
about newborning?
where do I begin? Because I remember breastfeeding being painful at first. You have the pain, the uterus contractions, because as they latch on, your uterus is like contracting back to size, and that's painful. I didn't remember how painful that was, or she's just stronger than the other kids.
My favorite thing, because it stopped now, but
Yeah.
especially as the uterus was contracting that first few weeks.
So painful.
My favorite thing is I'm like, because we had trouble with the first two breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Maya was a little bit better than Mackenzie, but still, like we put her on the bottle before she was 2 months old.
Yeah.
And so this one, we were like, I'm always worried when it comes to breastfeeding because I know that's what you want to do. I know it's better for the baby, but
Fed is best.
yeah, but fed with the breast is better. Like it's better nutrients. Like we don't have to lie. Like we did it. You don't have to. I don't have to pander.
You're like, Mackenzie's been on formula
I don't
since
have to
the day she
pander
was
to the
born.
people of like, oh, but I can't breastfeed. That's fine. We couldn't either. She couldn't either
Yeah.
for Mackenzie, and,
Yeah.
and she's an angel of God, a beautiful princess.
Maybe we should be formula feeding because Mackenzie's really smart.
Mackenzie's perfect.
Yeah.
Mackenzie's a G. Mackenzie's reading. She was reading in pre-K. Like I'm not talking shit on formula.
Yeah, no, she's
but
great.
it is science that
Allegedly.
the breast is the breast milk gives better, more adaptive nutrients to the baby
Well-
for their current needs than the
Yeah.
formula that's being made for every child. Like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
I know
That's
what you mean.
That's science. That's not me.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And so we tried. We couldn't do it the first one. We kind of did the second one. But my favorite thing, that's what I'm going to bring up. My favorite thing is when you're breastfeeding and you're just going to, I don't know what connection they have, but as soon as the baby starts sucking, it starts contracting. And
It
so I was so
hurts.
worried because like our babies wouldn't take to breastfeeding. Is this one going to take? So every time I'd see your face go like that, I was like, she latched. She's doing
Yeah.
good breastfeeding.
Which also, now that we're talking about that, the Silverettes, phenomenal.
yeah, you
I think,
kind of.
yeah, that was the best pain reliever, I guess you would call it. Because we tried the little gel pads,
Mm-hmm.
those didn't work. The nipple cream didn't work. I don't know what it is with those little Silverette circle things, but I didn't have those with the first two.
No, and I bought that. I bought that at the hospital. I don't know what she did to those first few hours to your nips,
No,
but she messed you up.
they
That you
were
were like, I can't do
cracked.
this in the hospital. Like she hadn't been 2 days old, and the baby was messing up her nips.
I was like, get
she's like,
some formula.
I want to, but this isn't happening. I can't live like this. And so we got the Silverettes, and it helped out.
It helped a
and,
lot.
And I just feel like I got to reiterate, if you're struggling to breastfeed or you're gonna have a kid and you're like, I don't want to breastfeed.
Give me a call. I got the best lactation consultant for you.
No, but like even if you don't want to breastfeed, I know I said breast milk is best because scientifically it is. I gotta reiterate, Mackenzie maybe had 2 drops of breast milk her entire life. So like formula is also fine. Like formula doesn't kill babies,
And she's a genius.
and she's
I actually think, maybe we'll get hate for this. I actually think it's more important to like, for mom's mental health to be better than like pushing to breastfeed because breastfeeding is hard.
yeah.
So if you're like unwell and stressed out and going through it, give them formula. Read them a book. Give them formula and read them a book. The
Also-
book will do more than the breast milk.
Also,
I'm not a
if-
doctor.
don't for mom to have a break.
Yeah.
Because like you hadn't started pumping, but you needed a break because this
Yeah.
baby was eating so often. That's why at like day 7 of this baby being born,
Mm-hmm.
to like her entire second week of life, day 7 to day 14, every night, Laura was just out of it. She is pouring from 3 different empty cups. She'd run out of this cup, she'd pour from this one, it would be empty, she'd keep pouring, and it was a lot for her. And so I was like, all right, let's give her formula at night. Maybe we thought like it would be heavier and denser and she'd sleep
Yeah.
longer. And it wasn't the case. But like it also gives her a break. And so if you're not pumping and you want a break as a mom, give formula.
Yeah, there's no
Like there's nothing
pressure. There's no award. You're not gonna get an award at the end
For
of it.
real.
Your kids are gonna end up in therapy because of you, anyways.
no
so
matter how many
just
nice
do whatever
things
you
do.
want.
Like, look, my when I was a kid, I remember going out to the family room, the room of the family, for the family to congregate as a family. And if my parents were watching a rated R movie, hey, go back to your room. This is an adult movie. And I'd be okay. And
Yeah.
a grown up movie, I can't watch it. Fine, whatever. If we were trying to watch Carry On.
That was a good movie, though.
It's a
If
good
you
movie, but-
don't question anything, phenomenal movie.
Yeah, if you've never been to an airport
Great movie.
and you've just heard stories of airports, this is super
But
believable.
Taron
and great.
Egerton can do no wrong in our eyes.
I love him.
So
I love the Kingsman. But we were trying to watch Carry On. It may be a rated R movie,
I don't know, but just like
But-
the violence.
but the kids would come in like, hey, can we? And we're like, okay, fine, we'll put on Bluey.
Yeah.
And they're still gonna need therapy. Our kids are
Yeah.
still gonna need counseling.
Well, Mackenzie, I was watching Gossip Girl, and I was nursing the baby to sleep because when the baby's nursing, she can't see the TV. Screen time is for me.
Also, I saw no. When they're babies, you can watch whatever you want. When Maya was
What
a
did you watch?
baby, I watched all of Game of Thrones.
That explains a lot, you know. The other day, she told me to bend the knee, and I was like, "What?"
dude, she's a White Walker. She's
don't even
100%
know what that
part
means.
of the
I've
undead.
never seen-
The undead. Well, you said bend the knee. I was like,
That's
wow,
the
look
only
at that
reference.
reference.
I saw one episode. They pushed the kid from the tower. Spoiler alert.
Oh my god, the incest is crazy. Episode 1? Leave
Yeah.
that for episode 3.
No, they were like, "We're going in. This is what you're gonna get." But I was watching Gossip Girl, and Mackenzie walks in and goes, "Is this appropriate for kids?" And I'm like, "I mean, I think so." And then they start making out. I'm like, "Never mind, I'll change it."
Yeah, man. So that's because we so used to grown up parenting. This newborn shit
It's hard.
is rough. Yeah, I just completely forgot about everything newborning. I forgot about how fast they go through diapers as
Oh
well.
yeah, Costco,
Costco. By the way, Kirkland baby wipes
phenomenal.
are the best baby wipes on the market. Like
Yeah.
they say, Huggies can lick my ass.
Yep.
Pampers, BJ's wipes are
No,
dog shit.
Kirkland.
Kirkland, as adults, we were using it before, like Kirkland baby wipes, top of the line. And then the Costco, the Kirkland
diapers. Well, they produce-
They're huge.
They produce those in the same place as the Huggies diapers because Huggies has
you
really
looked it
good
up.
diapers too, but they're more expensive. You want wholesale prices.
Also, hey, dude, you're gonna need the diapers in bulk.
Yeah, and some sort of like, I know people don't like the diaper genie. I think it's worked great for us the 3 times. People are like, "Oh, just put it in a trash can." I feel like the trash can's gonna smell. Our diaper genie doesn't smell, but they go through diapers like nobody's business.
One thing I'll tell you, I'm glad that I did remember, and it serves me well every time because I was adamant about this, and you as a wife supported me in this. Zip up PJs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hello. That's like my biggest. I
Zip
forgot
up
about
PJs.
that. Yeah, because in the middle of the night, the one with all the clips in the bottom, you don't want to be dealing with that, or the clips going down.
Terrible.
Are they called clips? The little.
Yeah, clip.
Yeah, you want zipper PJs or the dresses. You know the dress
Oh,
ones.
the long dress
But
ones. that
those
you
are just
tie a knot
like
in
the
bottom.
first week maybe that they
she
use
outgrew 'em.
those. Yeah, she grew pretty quick. But zipper PJs, swaddle, Halo swaddle,
Yeah, the Halo swaddle.
or the Baptist swaddle. They gave us the swaddle in the hospital.
Oh yeah, steal all the stuff from the hospital. That's another thing.
They can't reuse it.
they can't steal everything from the hospital.
It's not stealing,
Steal
they
the
can't.
TV. Like they can't reuse the TV.
Well, no, they reused the TV.
The hospital bed, take the mattress. They can
Leave-
reuse the metal thing, but like take the mattress. You can take it.
Leave. No, take the baby stuff.
Take the IV bags. You might get drunk one day. You're gonna need an IV.
Oh, also speaking of the hospital, I didn't know, or with Mackenzie at least, we found out with Maya that hospitals have lactation consultants that you can ask to meet with.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no shade on the lactation consultants we had in the hospital, but I would prefer the one that we
The
have
one we have now.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which guys, again, if you need her info, DM me. But they have lactation consultants. If it's your first kid, you don't know how to latch, you don't know the positions because you could do like a football hold, the cross cradle.
I just realized you're wearing a sweater that says Atlanta on our first episode.
Hotlanta.
We live in Miami.
I know, but you got this for me and it's cute because beige and brown, it's like the vibe.
It's a vibe for you, but I don't like that you're representing another city on our first app.
I went to Atlanta
Don't
once.
hide those knockers. That's the moneymaker.
I went to Atlanta once.
I've been to Atlanta twice.
Oh, I went twice too. Cause remember the aquarium? No, remember when we were going to the aquarium?
That was my first time in Atlanta.
And your mom was driving the wrong way, and we told her like 8 times.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're not here to shit on your mom. Your mom's great.
Okay, but let's do it for a little bit. So we're driving up north to the cabins in like to a cabin like
Dillard.
right in Dillard, Georgia, which is like right by North Carolina, the Appalachian Mountains. Like when people go to cabins, it's
Wait,
in that
that's the
area
Appalachian
usually.
man.
Yes, Appalachian Mountains. Wow. Yes, and we're doing road trip from Miami up to North Carolina, pretty much because it's right on the border of Georgia and North Carolina, and so we're like, oh, let's take a day in Atlanta, do the aquarium on the way,
And then
to
keep
there.
going,
So
yeah.
we'll sleep in Atlanta or right outside of Atlanta,
Valdosta.
which is not right outside Atlanta. It's a couple hours.
No, but still.
So we sleep in Valdosta, right in the beginning of Georgia, and
Shout
then
out Cracker
wake up,
Barrel.
go to the Georgia Aquarium, go to Dillard. Awesome day idea. My mom, and we have walkie-talkies because it's
'Cause we're cool.
It's stupid, but I like
We're
it.
cool.
It's super fucking
You
lame,
need
but I like
walkie-talkies
it.
for a road trip.
I love a walkie-talkie with a road trip when you got multiple cars.
And that was also the road trip we were potty training Mackenzie, but that's another story for another day.
Another rep. And we're driving from Valdosta to the aquarium to then go to Dillard. And so my dad's in the front car with my dad, my mom, and
And Gabby?
maybe Gabby. I don't remember if she was on the trip.
I think it was.
She was? All right. And Gabby, my sister. And then it's our family, our unit, the 4 of us, because Maddie wasn't born yet, in our car right behind them. And we also have Waze on. They have Waze. They're the lead car, but we also have Waze. No shade on them. We want to know
Check your
ETAs.
work. Check your work.
We like ETAs. We like knowing when we're going to get there, how long we're going to get there.
Especially with little
And-
kids saying, "Are we there yet?" the whole time.
And we get like 45 minutes out, and it says to go left, and my parents make a right. And it's like, okay,
Cool.
whatever. Multiple. And like the ETA didn't change much. Added a couple minutes. I'm like,
1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Maybe we're on Waze, they're on Google Maps.
Right.
And so we follow them. And it happens again. You can either go left or right. And this time, let's say we go right or left, and we were supposed to go right. And adds a couple more minutes.
We're like,
And I go, oye, on the walk, I'm like, hey, you guys got the aquarium because you've made a couple different turns than Waze has told us. No, yeah, we got the aquarium on the map right here. We're going the right
is
way.
that
Don't
your,
worry.
your dad or your mom?
My dad.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. We got the aquarium on the map. We're good. We're going the right way. Okay. We're driving for like 30 minutes because it's highways. We're driving for 30 minutes. We finally make a right when we were supposed to make a left. It's either go right, left, or straight. We were supposed to go left. We go right. And finally, I'm like, and that it changed our ETA by like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And finally, I'm pissed, and I zoom out on our map, and if the aquarium is here, and there's a road
You're on a
leading out
podcast.
from it,
They can't see what you're talking
there's a
about.
video. If you're listening, we were going literally the complete opposite. Imagine all roads leading to Rome, and you were on one of those roads trying to get to Rome, and you looked at Google Maps, and you were going the opposite away.
I think we were
Opposite
like
way.
past it to the right.
We were past it to the right
To
and
the east.
going east.
Yeah.
Like exactly east. And I'm like, oh yeah, guys, our map says we are going the complete wrong way. I'm gonna trust my map. We're gonna get there. We have the tickets on our phone.
Yeah.
Whenever you're good with your map.
Whenever you get there.
Whenever you get there, call us. And we go. Turns out my mom was going to something called the Atlanta Aquarium.
But it was like not in Atlanta, was it? Or it was like way on the
It
outskirts
was on the
of...
outside of it. Wasn't even called the Atlanta Aquarium when we looked it up online. It was just when she Google Maps Atlanta Aquarium, she was going somewhere completely an hour away from the Georgia Aquarium, which is the lit one.
So there you go. That was one of the times I went to Atlanta.
Yeah. That
The
was
other
one of my
time
times
was
too.
Battle of Atlanta, but
And the other time was on a road trip for me again.
newborn parents
Newborn baby.
don't do road trips with newborns because they can't be in their car seat for more than 2 hours because of the positional asphyxiation.
Yeah, that's kind of the good thing about my parents moving 2 hours away is that like
It's like right there. No, it's perfect because she eats every 3 hours. I mean, I know that's going to grow, but she'll eat. She's a lot more efficient now, so it's not 30 minutes on each side anymore. So she'll eat a couple minutes each side. You burp her. You got a little an hour wake window. You load everyone to the car 2 hours. By the time you're there, time to eat again.
yeah.
Boom.
Right, I'm pretty exhausted of all the stuff I forgot how to newborn. You got anything else you want to say?
No, I think as time goes on and we sleep more, we'll probably remember things we forgot.
That's for episode 2, which will come out in another 4 years.
Cute. I'm here for it.
Nice. This is Take Notes. Also, like, I want to throw in, like, if you're a parent or you have questions about being a parent because you're not one, and you want to like ask us questions as parents to deal with, if you're in need of parenting and you have a predicament that you wish you could call your mom, but you're a little embarrassed to call your
have
mom or
pena.
dad, you can call us with those questions as well. We're gonna have a Q&A period at the end of every episode, but since this is our first episode,
We can keep them anonymous if they want, or
Yeah.
not if they don't.
this is our first episode. We don't have that queued up.
Yeah.
But after this, send in
It's
your
on.
questions. DM it to her. DM it to me.
Or
and
the Instagram page. There's an Instagram somewhere for Take Notes.
there is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll check it. I'll check it.
she'll check it. And what is how are we gonna sign off? You had a sign off.
I
plan.
do. I have a sign off every morning when we drop off Mackenzie in the drop off line and she gets out of the car. She turns back and says, "The 4 of you stay cute.
So
Stay cute."
stay cute.